Hello folks, Ace here. Today I'm gonna be showing you how to heal with Mistweaver. So sit back and enjoy the video. First I'm gonna go over the talents, because I'm gonna tell you what I prefer. Then again you can choose whatever you want, because it's not as major as it used to be. So level 15 I would pick Celerity, because one more roll or cheat torpedo on level 90. Then Zen Sphere, it's an amazing healing boost, and it also does a pretty nice AoE. Then a Session, obvious reasons, when you're healing you would love to have one more chi. Deadly Brew helps you CC in heroics, like not very useful on low levels, but it will be a must on level 90. Diffuse Magic, because it's gonna let you soak up that spell damage in the middle of an encounter that could otherwise kill your group. And on level 90 I would pick Chi Torpedo. Unfortunately I'm still level 86 and I'm not using any add-ons for that, so people won't get confused. It's completely clean. Anyway, let's get on to the Mistweaver spells. So, first, you get a cool new stance when you become a Mistweaver, called Stance of the Wise Serpent. It increases healing done, replaces energy with mana, gives you hit and expertise equal to spirit, and increases your attack power equal to 200% of your spell power. So basically it's like an amazing stance for healers, because it's going to increase your healing and in the same time it's going to make you able to do your quests without dying. In addition, you also get Eminence, causing you to heal the lowest health nearby target within 20 yards for an amount equal to 50% of non-auto attack damage you deal. So, if any of you is familiar with the concept of a Smite Priest that was reintroduced in Cataclysm, that's what it basically is. So if you have a pretty decent dungeon group, you can help the group by damaging instead of just sitting there and doing nothing, because some tanks just don't need any healing. Anyway, let's get on with the actual spells. Your actual spamming ability will be Soothing Mist. It's a chain spell, which makes it so much more different from other healing classes, and it drains mana, which is not really a problem because it doesn't really drain that much, and it heals the target over time. So when you heal with it, you've got 20% of generating 1 chi. So this is how it looks when I'm targeting myself. Heals for a pretty decent amount, taken in them, like wearing green gear. And yeah, that's your spammable ability. That's what you'll be casting on the tank when he's not under a lot of pressure, or what you're going to be using to heal other people in the group. So now that we've covered that, let's move on to the other ability called Enveloping Mist. It has a cast, like a casting time, and it requires 3 chi. But the trick is, if cast while channeling Soothing Mist, Enveloping Mist will be instant cast. So the point is, you need to always be channeling the Soothing Mist in order to make sure that Enveloping Mist is going to be an instant cast. What Enveloping Mist does is it places a huge amount of healing over time on the target and increases the healing they receive from Soothing Mist by 30%. So if your tank is taking a lot of damage, the perfect decision would be to use Enveloping Mist on him, so then he gets the buff, which gets him healed for 30% more, and continue spamming the Soothing Mist. The third ability is Surging Mist. It heals the lowest health part your raid member within 45 yards for 37k and generates 1 chi. It costs a decent amount of mana, but then again generates 1 chi, so then you can transfer that to Enveloping Mist. So, and in the same time it doesn't require you to target the person, so you don't have to stress yourself by clicking on the person that's on low HP. You just click the ability and like the lowest health person gets healed. Again, this ability, if cast while channeling Soothing Mist, is an instant and will heal the target over all others. So it's brilliant. Like when you're channeling, you can just use the Surging Mist, and then you have enough chi to use Enveloping Mist and continue channeling the Soothing Mist. That's about these are like your three main healing abilities. Like what I do is I'm always channeling Soothing Mist on my tank. If someone else in the group starts getting damaged, I would use Surging Mist just to like make sure that that person gets healed. And if the tank is still having problems, I would use Enveloping Mist on him. Otherwise, I would switch to the person that's getting nuked and start Soothing Misting them and use Enveloping Mist there. So these are the three abilities here. Then we've got Zen Sphere, which is like the talent, and it's pretty mint, especially like if you need to heal a lot of melee targets, like it's perfect. We've got Detox, which removes all harmful magic, poison and disease effects. Got the Roll, which you need no matter what spec you are. We've got Renewing Mist. This is another very cool ability, but it has an 8-second cooldown. What it does is you surround the target with Healing Mist, restoring health every X seconds for 20 seconds and generates 1 chi. So it's basically a very long hot that you place on the target. The coolest part is Renewing Mist travels to furthest nearby injured party and raid member within 40 yards up to 3 times. Maximum 10 targets can have Renewing Mist at any one time. So, Renewing Mist is a pretty cool ability, if I might say. And it generates 1 chi again. So, these are the abilities that you use in a typical fight situation. Now, monks have 2 different cooldowns for like hard moments in a fight. The first one is Revival, which doesn't revive people, which is very weird, but they picked that name. So it's an instant, it has 3-minute cooldown, and it instantly heals all party and raid members within vision for 27k. Like in my case, and clears them of any harmful magical, poison and disease effects. So it's basically an AoE heal which also cleanses everyone, and it's an instant. So I don't need to explain why that is so OP. And the other thing that you cast on a tank, preferably, has 2-minute cooldown, instant again, and encases the target in a cocoon of chi energy, absorbing 84k damage and increasing all periodic healing taken by 50%. Taking that like all your healing is periodic, that's like it increases all your healing by 50%. So let's see how the abilities look. That is the channel. It usually has like a cool green line between you and your target. So this is what happens when we use Surgic Mist. Nothing really. This is Enveloping Mist. This is the Zen Sphere, which you also need 2 chi to detonate. So when you detonate it, it heals and damages. Or did it? Yes, it heals and damages. This is the Revival ability, 27k, and the Cocoon is literally my favorite ability about like Mistweavers because it looks so fucking awesome. This is what happens when you cocoon someone. They levitate and get a cool green bow around them. And they can still do shit. Like, they can still move. So, these are all your abilities. The rest is pretty much just very, very cool things, but they're not like into your main build. Like, they're not supposed to be used a lot. You've got Mana Tea, which consumes up to 2 mana stacks. You get mana stacks when you use Chi. Consumes up to 2 mana stacks, restoring 4 mana for each stack. So you use that on cooldown. Like whenever you have the mana stacks here, you would want to drink the Mana Tea. One more heal is Uplift, which costs 2 chi and heals target with your Renewing Mist active for 10k healing. So that's the Renewing Mist that we spoke about. 8-second cooldown, massive, like, long duration of a hot, which you cast, and then it jumps to other people depending on who's on the lowest HP. And this thing is gonna heal all the people that have Renewing Mist for 10k. So if it's like a 25-man raid, I would say that like most of your healing is gonna come through Renewing Mist and Uplift. But we'll have to see. Right. Then we get to another thing. It's called Summon Jade Serpent Statue. It looks like that. Oops, I think it's down there. Is it? Can't see it. Damn. Anyway, I'll show it to you guys in a second. What this thing does is it summons a Jade Serpent statue at the target location, lasting for 15 minutes. Only one statue can be active at a time, and it does Eminence, which is a passive. When the monk deals non-auto attack damage, the summoned Jade Serpent will heal the lowest health nearby target within 20 yards, equal to 50% of the damage done. So Smite Priest again. And the other passive is when you cast Soothing Mist, again, the channeling ability. Oh, there we go, there's a statue. When you cast Soothing Mist, the statue will also cast Soothing Mist on an injured ally within 40 yards. So in this case, I'm the only ally, so it's gonna cast it on me. So it just channels the same thing that I'm channeling. It's pretty cool. Then we've got Zen Meditation, reduces all damage taken by 90% and redirects to you up to 5 harmful spells. Lasts for 8 seconds. Being the victim of a melee attack will break your meditation, cancelling the effect. Very cool animation again. But you have to watch out for melee attacks. Then we've got your self-heal called Expel Harm. It's an instant and it deals a decent amount of healing on you. You can cast it while you're running. Then we've got Diffuse Magic, which reduces all spell damage taken by 90% and clears all magical effects. Fortifying Brew, which is your like survival cooldown. Paralysis. Spinning Crane Kick, I use that like in case where I don't have to do any healing. Grapple Weapon is nice if you're doing PvP. The actual revival, and Legacy of the Emperor, which is the King's buff for monks.